chat. I'm gonna be honest. Today is gonna be a beautiful day. Alright, today we're gonna be streaming. I also gotta set up my things. I'm gonna have goals. I forgot how many subscribers I have. How many subscribers do I have? YouTube. I have 12. Alright. Wait. Good enough. Alright, chat. Strong version.
Did you actually record?
Oh my god, bro.
Have you?
Stop annoying me.
Wait, are we gonna?
Leave my room.
Where are we gonna?
No. Leave
Are we
my
going?
room.
Are we going to go?
No. Leave my room. No excuses.
Okay. Where do I leave it?
How did my phone already fall asleep? Phone is actually so sleepy, bro. Ooh, that's actually so horrible. Damn, bro, my phone sucks. Alright. Do. Come on, chat. There we go. I think that works. Yeah?
Necesito que limpies todo tu mugrero.
You don't have to interrupt my stream. Alright, while I'm setting this up, guys, I'm gonna do guys the chat and stuff. I really don't care. How did I already crash? I don't really care though.
Hey.
Chat, I think that looks good.
Hey, gal.
Shut up. 20s. Bro, leave my room,
Who
man.
commented?
Alright, that was my sister, guys.
Bro, it wasn't even me. My iPad.
Alright, chat, huh? I gotta do some stuff real quick.
Oh, we got the pill.
So, you guys,
I'll entertain y'all. I'll entertain y'all.
y'all watch some YouTube or some stuff.
I'll entertain.
No, actually. Oh, this is better.
Are you serious right now?
There we go.
You said no. You're so
There.
cringe.
How?
Guys, look what he has. You can't even probably see it. Maybe you can. What are
It's smart.
You've already done the PS4 screams like 1,000.
No, but like this time,
What does that say?
arts and culture.
No, that.
Level requests.
Oh, okay. So you're just like, guys.
That's goals.
Go,
It's goals.
go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Susana Valentina.
Shut
I have
up.
like more. I have like 56 subscribers. Get me to 100.
Mm-mm. We're not getting around at 100, guys.
Did your boots stop working?
Leave.
Did your shirt
Leave.
break down?
Already,
Did your
leave.
bedroom
Leave my room.
running?
I'm making a new server.
But there's a one. Wait, who's the other person watching?
That's you on your iPad.
No, my iPad died.
Stop lying.
No, go check in my room. Did your boots stop? Why do you think I'm in here right now?
Leave.
No, I'm entertaining them. Did your boots stop?
Hold on, guys. That's actually a bad idea. I should have had my. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better.
Guys, this guy is so like fake, cause like he was like, oh, I'm gonna take like a shower. I'm gonna like, actually no, I'm gonna go on a walk. You know. He's
Yeah, and so I decided to do this.
He's like, okay, so while we were eating, he was like testing like the camera while we were eating.
Leave.
And then now he's like, no, leave.
Alright.
Guys, y'all need to see his room.
Can you be quiet? I'm telling you, I'm actually telling you. Get out of my room. Get out of my room.
Ow. Guys, help. Mommy!
Look, I told her many times to get out of my room. She hasn't listened. She hasn't listened.
She hasn't listened.
Exactly. I don't even have to touch it. Stop!
Exactly.
It's not that I'm scared, it's just that.
Your feet.
Ignore her, guys, please. I'm making the server for y'all to join. Alright. I already know she's at my door, guys. She does if she does weird stuff, guys, just let me know. It looks. Yeah, it looks good. All right. There we go. I think it looks good. We're no longer going to use the pill. I'm sorry, guys. That's just like disrupting the flow. It's just that's all she does, and it's really sad as well. Because I love her and stuff. It's just that I really can't love her whenever she does such annoying things. I really. How about it stop bothering me? She's not even on my window. I'm not even joking. I got to go over there and see her. You're not even helping with the problem. You're adding more to the problem. No, you're adding a whole second problem. You don't even. Front door. Stop knocking on my door. Front door. Back door. I'm sorry, chat. Today we're gonna be doing my homework. Cause why not, chat? I have to get my work somehow done by tomorrow. Cause tomorrow I have school. I just really don't want to do this stuff. After that, chat, I'm gonna play some. I don't even know. I don't want to do this stuff. I'm gonna get the Chromebook, laptop up because I use the Chromebook to do my. Alright. So basically, this is a color by number for school. I just don't know. We'll be watching YouTube, I guess. Might as well. I'm just gonna get my markers. No more. So we got my trusty markers. Mine shows my live streams on there.
First Level Zero was founded in 2014 by Brendan Latch and Alex Knoll because they were tired of working in
Alright. Well, I'm gonna turn up my volume.
Hey, Meta, what can a fashion lover do on a Saturday in Chicago?
Alright.
First Level Zero was founded in 2014 by Brendan Latch and Alex Knoll because they were tired of working in VFX. They said it was an outdated and unprofitable profession. Their first dive into VR was a 360 video called Time Catch, uploaded on the 14th of March in 2015. It was made purely by photo scanning an alleyway, which is well documented in a behind-the-scenes video. You don't even need a VR device to watch this. It's a really cool video, and their VFX background becomes apparent.
I did that Half-Life 2, bro.
Then, on the 29th of May, they uploaded Earth Encounter, another 360 video. It's about an intergalactic alien that stops by Earth for an impromptu party readiness check. The FBI arrives on the scene and the action begins. This video was hosted on John VR's video application, which was a company that used to make 3D recording equipment and had a video app. They later got bought out by Verizon. On July 28, 2015, Stress Level Zero published their first game called Look Both Ways for Gear VR. You must travel across the highway without being hit, using the joystick to move and sprint. It's a very simple game and received very mixed reviews. It's just a VR Frogger game. I got a couple of minutes of entertainment out of it. Each road gets progressively harder, and it's a whole level system. Towards the end, it just gets impossible. The development of this game is heavily documented on YouTube. It's cool to see the progression of the company. They didn't just make phone runs. They had to make a whole lot of average games guys.
VR is the most amazing thing in the entire world, and it's going to be your favorite thing in the world. And I want you guys to look back at this video in a couple of years and be like, dang, sure, but it's just going to be right?
They then set out to create their first high-quality, full VR game.
Hover Jumpers is a room-scale virtual reality flying platform game where you and your bros fly around on hovering warships, I guess you could call them, that match your room space. You're able to fortify them with jump and attack people in the wasteland, I guess.
Hover Jumpers is VR only, and that's because Hover Jumpers is VR only. We're running 20 years of the same keyboard and mouse, the same controller input, and you can feel sort of the fatigue in the game industry. The only way to be unique is to have large feature listings on this. Have mechs and space and old boys and cowboys and 100 characters and guns and this and that to like try to get you to like stand out in Steam. It'll do early access and promise the world. Whereas You know, like nothing's been done before.
The development of Hover Junkers is heavily documented throughout YouTube. You can go through and watch the full development. It's a shame they didn't keep this up with more recent projects. They also live streamed a lot of the development on Twitch.
Watch the progress of the game as it goes. Watch Nate work on the characters. Watch Kathleen work on the environment. Sometimes watch programming.
Hover Junkers was officially released in April 2016. You can really see an art style start to develop. Everything is highly detailed. There was a lot of experimenting. At one point, they even strapped a dog into the game. A lot of concept art was done by Kathleen.
I made like so much art, probably more art than I've ever made in my life.
You're greeted with the first menu. There are video tutorials almost everywhere in this game. You have to look at the red circle and then press a trigger. It reminded me of Halo 1.
Very first thing you see when you get into the game is the height check. We measure your height so that we know exactly how tall your character should be when other players see it.
Where are you right now?
This is our start rank for the game.
It seems a little bit more involved than those start menus.
It's pretty involved, yeah.
From here, we can go to the character loadout. You can pick and choose what guns are in your quick select menu. You can change between them at any time by just holding down a button. Double tapping goes to your last gun. I just love this. It makes changing between guns seamless. We can also have a look at the credits section. Weirdly, I noticed there's credit to Justin Roiland, the creator of Rick and Morty. Target practice lets you play around with all the weapons. It also records how many targets you hit. Hands are mainly what you use to interact with everything. By pressing down, you have a range of expressions you can choose from. When you grab an object, it replaces your hand. It really goes to show what an improvement they made when they came out with Boneworks. It was a complete revolution. There's lots of weird little things you can interact with hidden everywhere.
Gravity Welder is a tool that does a lot of different things in this universe. So in your right hand, you'll have a gun. In your left hand, you'll have the Gravity Welder, which is part radio, part radar, part welding tool.
You'll be using the Gravity Welder a lot as well. This one reminds me of the Hover Junkers update for Boneworks. You can open your map. They absolutely nailed the way you move on your ship as well. You can see where the enemy is on your map, and you can move around just by moving where your controller is. It's really seamless, and it works perfectly.
I think it took most iterations of anything in the games. We didn't know exactly how we wanted to fly on the ships, the way they would feel good. Because initially we thought, okay, maybe you want to put like waypoints along the way, and your ship would move from waypoint to waypoint, like an RTS or a MOBA. And then we went through, we had it as a joystick where you tipped it, and it was like a virtual joystick. And then what we finally ended up being was the trigger's throttle, and whichever direction you point is the direction it goes, and that's what felt fast and fun.
There are tons of crazy details in the game.
Ready? Do you see that? They added a motion effect.
Alright, so I already have my colors, most of my colors. Just have to find them.
The guns are all uniquely styled and have advantages and disadvantages. The Doubler is a submachine gun with a lot of recoil.
Oh, yeah.
The shotgun is one of my favorites because it's so easy to reload. The Rhino is a bit more difficult to reload. You have to reload using the joystick and then pull the gun down. The Cutlass is a revolver type weapon. The Quadshot is another cool and really unique one. The Shotana is a mixture of a shotgun and a katana. Pretty cool. I love the little details like the end of your gun getting smoked. The revolver is a really fun one to reload. The Tommy gun is cool, but it has a lot of recoil. It's really hard to control. The exhaust gun shoots a grenade that explodes when you pull the trigger. If timed well, it's incredible in multiplayer. The Uzi is another submachine gun that has a lot of recoil. The Stapler is another rare one that was also put into Boneworks and Bone Lab. And the flare gun, which is great for letting the enemy know your position. There's also a sniper, which I'll show you in another game mode.
UI obviously is pretty simplistic. You have a menu and you have your options and you start the game and you quit. But in virtual reality, things are a little bit
All right,
different
chat.
because you can't have a flat screen over your camera. Everything has to be in the world space. I'll have a floating hand controller that I can physically point at the different menus and pull triggers to push the button.
The third menu lets us change our video and audio setting. You can also select your server region, but it doesn't matter because no one's playing. Here you can also link your Twitch chat and change which hand select menu
I don't
items.
have a name yet. I was thinking because that's funny, but we don't actually have a name yet, so we need to come up with a name. He built the bar himself.
Gun, the robot at the menu makes funny jokes at you.
You and me have something in common. You know, friends. They're really happy for a robot. Or I guess, is he like distraught? I don't know. Maybe both.
I should have used this one actually. It's finer, so there's not much pink in it. Do I have a red and red is
Two
one.
shades, wire teeth, 24/7 sensitivity protection. I recommend it.
Blue, blue, blue. What is like
Triple insurance.
5 is blue.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The time has come.
Very more
There's this really cool
light.
jukebox, and you can change which song's playing. There are 4 game modes you can choose from. You can also choose between 4 character skins.
So I had to do the most work on her just because she didn't have eyes. Like, I couldn't get the check on her eyes from scratch.
Our IK system, we're actually using probably the greatest IK plugin system ever created by some cool guys over at Loop Motion. It's called Final IK, and it's a complete full body IK system that does pretty much everything that you could ever ask from it.
Buzzbox makes you teleport into the middle and then has you fighting off waves of enemies. So get your utility gun out and you can... Alright, you ready? Got it.
Is that the Fortnite phone, bro?
Using the shotgun.
I might actually have to get a light. I'll be back, chat.
Each wave gets progressively harder. It's a lot of fun playing with another person. All I want to do is like grab the gun with 2 hands. It gets pretty, like it's much better.
I'm
once
back,
you
chat.
go room scale and realize you can
Officially.
control the room.
This is semi better.
I'm moving around. In the other 2 modes, Free For All and Team Deathmatch, you can choose between about 18 ships. You have to pick one that's the same size as your room. The game is built to be played in room scale. By opening the ship's toolbox, you get a whole range of things you can attach to the side to help block enemy bullets. You can see your ship's health on the right on a green bar. You can get loot and put it in the loot chute, which gives your ship health. I must say, this was just a ridiculous amount of fun. Once you get used to the controls, it's hard to stop playing. It gets really competitive. I'd love to have a games night. We're almost subscribed.
Oh, this is
I
better.
think it would be a lot of fun. The other game mostly, yeah. This is made for the vibe, and the vibe doesn't have. Where is it? What? So, opportunity?
Oh, I've been avoiding the blue things. They didn't realize it wouldn't do that much. That's why.
Exactly.
Because there's really no color set to them. Ooh, look at that effect on camera.
Space elevator. This game like isn't that bad. It is actually kind of fun once you get into the controls. If you can play it. Imagine playing this in like
Chat. So we got a color disguise, pants in. I forgot what 10 was. Oh, 10 is brown.
There are 9 maps. The Dead Dogs are a series of small old dog towns.
11,
that
I
once populated
forgot
the
11
great
is like
ancient
peaches,
West. The
isn't it?
lake long since dried up, and now hover junkers explore for ancient sunken shipwreckage.
This is one of the main ones that we ended up using, and all the rocks in the level are like based off of it. And it's pretty much like a desert with a bunch of rocks and some dogs in
It's
it.
pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, the main idea here is that it's like a dried up lake bed, so there's really only a couple ways that can look.
Yeah.
City Oasis is a fun one with some tight corridors. Warpgate Ruin is a massive ruin that was once used for pilgrims to walk off planet and escape the dying planet. The Warpgate eventually began to stop functioning as the site began falling apart or was sabotaged, as some rumors have it.
This like warp gate that was built
9.
by Mayans to like
There's
pass over
orange.
to aliens or something.
What is 4? I'm just seeing
Check
4
it
is
out, but it's all deactivated. I completely dream all this.
dark
like, everything-
green. I don't have dark green though. You can try. Let's try dark
Started
green.
with like a quick sketch of what kind of like layout and positioning.
Oh, this stuff is gonna work.
Space Elevator takes place where a long time ago, before the Warpgate ruins were discovered, the Megacorps
Mm.
used space elevators to transport continuous resources and people into orbit for space
Oh.
expeditions in search of a new world and treasures.
Space elevator, which is actually like based on.
I accidentally licked it. No, I did not accidentally. I tried licking it to make it really wet.
Stuff from Earth, like cargo and things like that, and takes it up to the space places, spaceships and stuff. These are some original concepts for it, just like quick drawings. We ended up pretty much doing something completely opposite. These are all super 2D, and they didn't really work in 3D on my stuff.
In Barge Bay T114, there are many cargo ships still in operation that move goods and resources back and forth between Earth and other planets. Some people have even taken to living in these massive cargo hulks. In Cargo Crater, the Megacorps learned that only in space travel it's harder to take 80% loss on cargo by jettisoning entire payloads onto the surface of new planets than it is.
That's crazy, Yapper man. I'm gonna go get water, guys.
Swamps are a somewhat common sight on New Worlds. Large, scary swamps with massive fungi and dangerous plants to snare explorers and junk hunters.
Your gut contains good bacteria and bad. Benefiber effortlessly supports the good. Its plant-based prebiotic fiber nourishes good bacteria in your gut, working with your body to promote digestive health. With so many ways to enjoy, Benefiber is your fiber, your way.
Harbor Freight knows skill is important because on any given day, we're all mechanics, carpenters, fixers, DIYers, and training wheel taker-offers. We also know no one should overpay for dependable tools. To do the work, the building, the fixing, the DIYing, the training wheel taking offing. So whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
The alien thing. So this is like a bunch of old.
I end up getting food instead.
Like there's tar, and there's like not a lot of gravity, so the tar like floats out. It's like really bad for your ship. So you
Mm.
can your ship.
What cool is when you're actually in there and they're like orbs and you can like if you hit them you die.
New Alien. There used to be places on Earth promising paradise to settlers. The reality is that most planets are very uninhabitable, but now most people's only hope. They will make these terribly dangerous and harsh lands their home any way they can. Stress Level Zero crowdfunded the money to make this game. Anyone who supported the crowdfund campaign is listed on these plaques. Junk Road is a survival single-player mode. You choose a trade and then get straight into the action. You basically explore, trade, and survive. There's this really cool hunting mode, which is a lot of fun, and you get to use a sniper. The soundtrack was made by Michael Wyckoff and Jonathan Lamage. It has 34 songs, and it has a really Western sound.
Yeah, right? That sounds good. Oh, not that. Not that at all.
This game is a lot of fun, and it's cool playing in room scale, but I can see why this wasn't the future of VR. There are so many menus to get used to. They are all in different positions, and it's really confusing. It's also a massive shame there isn't single player, free for all, or team deathmatch, because there is literally no one playing this game. Some AI would have gone a long way, so you could still play it without having to force your friends to download it. This game shines the most when playing multiplayer. Duck Season was launched on the 15th of September in 2017. They also released a PC version on the 18th of June in 2019. The story is set in 1988 and takes place in Amityville, which is based on a classic horror story. A boy gets a game, and a demon keeps trying to break out of the game. The gameplay consists of you shooting and reloading a shotgun to kill ducks. You can't grip the shotgun, it just locks on when you're close to it. It's primitive, but you get used to it. It is satisfying and quite a bit of fun when you aim perfectly at the ducks. There are a range of challenges that just involve you shooting ducks in various different ways. After each level, you get teleported to your living room, where things keep getting weirder. There are tons of assets to interact with in the living room. You can play VHS tapes.
On the pump of the shotgun, and rack that baby. Now you got another round in the chamber, and you're ready to shoot. Just like that. Now, learn something, and remember, the first rule of gun safety is have fun.
And then I built this time machine to go back in time. Hey, who are you? I'm you from the future, dummy. Shut up. Let's check it out.
I think I ate too much. Let me put that back. Like, chat. I'm just gonna watch a video. Actually, just like Ashley. That's all I'm doing. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
You can also put game cartridges into your Kingbit Entertainment system and play them with the gun. Triple Bros has you picking your next fight move in a Street Fighter type game. Battle Bros is a Mario-style game where you have to jump over obstacles. Sinatra has you shooting enemies with very bullets and clouds. Hover Junkers has you fighting Hover Junkers, and it's a reference to some Zero's earlier game. Pizza Boy has you dodging pedestrians while police cars chase after you. There are tons of assets you can interact with, like this globe, as well as the Game Awards trophy. The Desert Bros Easter egg, Pizza Boy, Triple Tiger, Dark Season, Battle Bros, Sinatra, Dessert Boss, Ghouls, Final Fiesta 2. And Hover
Final
Junkies, a reference to their earlier game. Whaling, 1842. The controller you can pick up. There are tons of magazines you can pick up or even play around with. This UFO Mega issue. Horrific How to Make VR Games. Some National Geographic magazine.
They're calling you.
Alright, I'm doing my work.
They all offer unique cover art and a back you can actually read. It's pretty interesting, and there's hidden Easter eggs on every single one. I actually spent quite a while reading them. You can also pick up and eat the bananas by bringing them close to your mouth. A VHS camera's here as well. There are some physics interactions. There's even a working flashlight. There are 7 different endings you can get. In the first, the boy destroys a demon and his mother is killed, and he sets out on an unnamed journey. In number
Bruh!
Better than ever. Right now, kids get 30 extra minutes of game time free with a 60-minute all-you-can-play games purchase. Only with your coupon at ChuckECheese.com. Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid.
In number 2, if you don't shoot the duck all the way, your mother rents the game for another day. It triggers the Fiesta ending where the dog escapes into the final Fiesta game. It's assumed that this means he can transfer himself between games, meaning he's going to kill other families. In the Best Men ending, the news tells us that several families have disappeared. You get a telephone call and you report the weird thing going on in your house.
Several families in the Tri-County area. If you know anything, please pick up your phone and dial 911.
The killer on TV, on the news, and it's here. Come quick.
The background music stops and the police catch the demon and shoot it, which you can see in your backyard. I think this is the happiest ending.
Officers appear to be neutralizing the suspect. Let's cut through that feed right now. We apologize for the
People who have been killed. We have Alex Knoll. Better than much.
In the dead ending, the mascot tries to kill you, and if you don't kill it in time, it stabs you in the eye, and then your body gets teleported above the room. The demon then waves at you. It's rumored that this is the boy's father, who is stuck in the digital world, and the demon is taunting him that he managed to kill his family. Alternatively, if you kill the demon, the game ends. If you don't kill the mascot in the boss battle, then you get stuck in the digital world forever, and the mascot kills you in the real world while you're sleeping. If you shoot the son, the boy gets put into a void and you watch the whole ending. It's assumed that the boy is stuck in the game forever. The mum is killed and we can assume the mascot kills the boy.
Bro, what type of game is this, bro?
If you do all the endings, you get the dog ending. You go to a stage and a secret door opens and the mascot seems to be pulling levers. It gives us the idea that the mascot was controlling everything from the start.
It was beautiful time. You want me to help? Okay.
The Duck Season soundtrack features 13 songs. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite gaming soundtracks of all time. The song Come Face Me and Stuck Forever I've had on repeat for a long time. Development on their next game began in 2017. They wanted to launch and create a fully physics-based virtual body. According to Alex Knoll, the premise of the game remained strong, but the story and progression kept changing. The game was originally a shooter set in an abandoned mining facility where a robot uprising takes place, with the game originally being titled Hall of the Machine King. Due to scope creep, they wanted to create a smaller game and eventually build up to Machine King. They pivoted and started creating Dead FM, which was also having the issue of becoming way too large for the team. They then decided to make Boneworks. A major issue when creating the game was motion sickness and fatigue. They said that they had to figure out what a longer form of VR gameplay session would look like. They said when people play for too long, the fatigue just builds up way too much. They eventually decided to split the game up into chapters which could be completed individually in less than 1 hour sessions. Stress Level Zero was rumored to give Valve a demo of the game, and it's heavily rumored that it had a massive impact on Half-Life Alyx development in a since unlisted Tyler McVicker video.
They also showed Valve up on their own game, implementing a physical-based world in a way that Valve didn't think was possible. So Valve requested a build of the game, and it sat there for 6 months on the Steam Master List alongside Portal and Half-Life 2. Valve took enormous inspiration from this build. Everyone that was working on Half-Life Alyx apparently took a turn on it and realized a few major design decisions. You need some kind of physical interaction in order to be a modern virtual vehicle game. Without Boneworks, Half-Life Alyx would be a significantly worse experience.
The Nerd YouTube video was released showing off the game. The video went viral, and it's actually my first introduction to Stress Level Zero. The game showcased some truly next-gen gameplay.
We really haven't seen any of this. There's a bunch of little details here that I think people would miss. Like, for example, the way the arms actually match the way my arms move in real life. With the proper twist here. You know. Whoa.
This is incredible. This is
Nine.
VR experience I've ever had.
I'm doing
As
9
soon
now.
as I
That's
saw the
9
video, I
now.
bought a VR headset. I was just so
Six,
blown
six,
away. Then in
six.
2019, Boneworks was released. It was heavily
Purple.
criticized for making users motion sick. which was the
6
biggest
equals
negative.
purple.
I couldn't play it early on because it just made me too sick. You need to get used to VR before attempting to play. Eventually, my motion sickness went away, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. The mechanics are just incredible. The main menu is immediately better than Hover Jumpers. You can change your player setting, change all the graphics settings, adjust the audio to your liking, change some basic things about the controls, and finally change which eye the spectator's coming out of and enable the action camera. Luckily, you can change these at any time during the game on your player's menu. You can also bring up the utility gun, open up your inventory, as well as bring up the modding menu. You have a lot of guns to choose from, including the EDA-22, the 1911, P350, MP5K, It also comes in a yellow variant and a blue variant. And of course, just the stock one. The MP5, the M16 8-ball laser, the stock version, the MK18 variant 1, the M16 semi-automatic with ACOG, the MK18 variant 2, the variant 3 with a laser, and one with a side attachment. The stable gun from Hover Junkers makes a return. There's a whole range of melee weapons, including a great selection of swords. There's also too many gadgets to choose from, and they're all amazing. The utility gun is one of my favorite parts of the game. You can spawn whatever you want, whenever you want, and an amazing inventory system where you can store things behind your back, underneath your armpits, and in your back right pocket. To use things you find in the campaign in the sandbox, you just have to throw them into reclamation bins. They're at the end of almost every level. The single player consists of 12 missions. Break Room is the first level, and it's set in Arthur Ford's day office. You get a basic introduction to the story, movement, force-grabbing objects, and snap rotation. There are just random hidden details everywhere. The Museum of Technical Demonstration is an unfinished tutorial for MythOS. It has no enemies or danger and is filled with buttons and screens explaining the Boneworks physics system. You drop into a dumpster and are greeted with wide open city streets. This is my favorite story mission for sandboxing. Run up has a marked demonstrator and introduces a cool vertical gameplay. The sewers are a darkly illuminated area of neutral.
Choose gray. I have gray now. I don't have gray now. Yellow is 7. No, we already did 7.
You need to fight your way through. Central Station requires you to move.
Light green is free.
Maintenance tasks. It's very hard.
Already done free.
The tower has you finding different keys throughout different stores and areas.
2 and 11. Yeah, 2 and 11 are the only ones I need to do.
Proposal simulation. To repair the system, you must grab enemy cores and fire them into the suburbs. When done, the simulation resets. The enemies don't stop spawning until you repair the core. It can be quite frustrating. Dungeon is a starting area of Fantasyland and is populated by clones of Ford who mimic his movements. You slowly work out. I was very satisfied when I finally made it to the end. Arena is an underground room.
Yellow and green. Gray and. I'll be back, chat.
After several rooms, you meet Ford and fighting for the crown. Once defeated, you are the new king. You then go to an unfinished area of Fantasyland with abandoned officers. Once you lift the plug, you jump in and enter the Voidway. The final battle occurs, and you make your way to Chamber 2 for a huge climb. Halfway through, you get gravity cups, and at the top, you enter a room and are greeted with the final cut.
Texas Capital has done a great job of earning trust in a very short period of time with us.
When enamel is gone, you cannot get it back. Enamel repair. It actively repairs acid weakening enamel.
Get great internet at a great price.
2.
Switch to Frontier Fiber.
That was all the 2s. Yep, that was all the 2s. 11. No, 11 is light green. I keep getting light green, bro.
You can play, test, and experiment game assets. Museum Basement is a simple, large, grey chamber. There are a range of machines, ammo dispensers, health, and music stands, which allows you to wear headphones. There are also buttons to spawn enemies. Blank Box is a nearly empty scene. It's intended for those who want to push the game to its limit. It consists of a massive blank chamber with a simple table, the 2 sample machines, and a light control machine. You unlock Fantasy Arena when the campaign is completed. There are just too many game modes to choose from, and you can have a lot of fun playing through them all. Charles has 7 unique game modes. Brawl lets you battle enemies and choose which ones come out of which direction. You can also change the enemy count. You can select your favorite weapons before you get started. It is a lot of fun, but I didn't really feel much of a need to come back to it. I much prefer just playing in the sandbox, but it is there if you enjoy it. It's pretty crazy how many unique game modes there are to try. Update 1.1 introduced a saving system, which was one of the biggest complaints people had with the original Bone games. Update 1.4 brought the Redacted Chamber, which was originally an Oculus exclusive map. The map is like a giant puzzle, and once you start working out there's different areas you can get to, it gets really cool. You make your way to this hidden door, and then you have to jump all the way through it into this black space. You make your way on top of the Redacted Chamber, and you can find a range of collectibles. It also brought Tuscany. It was originally another exclusive Oculus map. It is a nod to the Tuscany map, which is used in the meta development kits since 2013. Fun fact, the Truman Show Easter egg in Bone Lab is also in Bone Lab. 1.4 also brought the handgun range. It's almost like another story mission. You have to fight your way through to get to the end of it. Once you get to the end, you're greeted with a time chart. You can choose your class and then jump in and get through it as quickly as you can. Update 1.5 introduced the Zombie Warehouse. This new level provides a variety of challenges with 5 modes, multiple difficulty options, experimental enemy AI, a new defensive physics tool, difficulty options, and various weapon loadouts. Additionally, there are further improvements to the player character physics and performance, improving core systems, and even more. This was developed by Chris and heavily inspired by the Call of Duty Nazi Zombies mode. My favorite is the survival mode, where you have to fight off enemies and get enough points to slowly buy batteries and keys to unlock more of the map.
What is 1? Red, isn't it? What is red?
Once you unlock
Mouth
enough
shut,
areas
Wolf
and get
Rider.
enough points, you can unlock the green key. You can then make your way to this underground room and unlock the gravity dome. Update 1.6 introduced a range of assets from the previous game, Hover Jumpers. It added the massive Jump Desert map and several new items and gadgets. It was also the final major update for Boneworks. There's a massive puzzle you have to solve on the map. You then get a ship and you have to fly it to the very end.
Chat, think. What do you think of it? What do you think of it, chat? What do you think about it?
Boneworks is well worth the purchase just to play around with them. Michael returned for the soundtrack.
Oh, my balls.
There are just too many favorites to mention.
Brandon and Alex told me a bunch of things. They wanted me to make a very synth-heavy soundtrack, but they also wanted me to create a theme. So Alex gave me different sonic references, which informed the types of synths he wanted for the Bone thing. And in fact, he gave me this mini log that he wanted me to use as much as possible for making the entire soundtrack. That mini log and a little bit of theory for the main part make up the entire theme.
The game was received with mixed reviews. Some saying the game was too intense and glitchy, but others loved its no-compromise approach and enthusiast focus. It is one of my all-time favorite games.
It was a good chat, wasn't it?
Campaign, arena, and sandbox modes offer a fleshed-out variety of interesting.
I'm gonna turn this off
things to do. It works best when you get into character and let yourself pantomime, swing, grab,
because I'm gonna get my other one. You got my shiny toe.
Today, I want to talk about a game that made me truly fall in love with
You got my shiny toe.
in my opinion, is the best VR game that has ever been created yet, of course. We're talking about Boneworks.
The next game was extremely anticipated. The game was announced as Project Core on the 25th of September in 2019 in Oculus Connect 6. On April 20th, a teaser was released and the game was titled Bone Light. This was leaked on Twitter by Sadly It's Bradley Earl. Before release, Michael posted a range of teasers on the creation of the soundtrack. The game was completed on July 24th and Brandon tweeted that it just needed polishing. The game was meant to release a lot earlier, but they kept adding things to the game, delaying the release time. The hype for this game at the time was absolutely insane. There were a lot of videos at the time saying that it was going to change VR. It was released on the 22nd of September in 2022 on PS2 and PC. There were a whole range of new guns added to the game. Some of my favorites include the EHG Blaster,
You got my shiny toe.
Pump-action shotguns in VR.
Hold on, chat. I'm gonna put it in timer.
It's so much easier using a shotgun. You don't have.
Set timer for 10 minutes.
Sorry, I can't manage timers on this device. Sorry, I can't manage timers on this device.
Chromecast dumb. Chromecast dumb. Dumb. Anyways, let me go. I'll be back, Jack. Trey, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but I might be able to show it through there. What I'm gonna do. There is my beautiful thing. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. You know. Right, Jack. I'm back. Mmm. 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 I prefer not to speak. I'd just watch Fallout. I can't watch anything that on Prime because they're also gonna get taken down for selling things online. Like as if some people are watching myself.
870 shotgun. There's something.
Bone Lab, ooh, I love Bone Works.
Pump action shotguns in VR.
For years, we've seen a lot of different guns come in various
I'm sorry.
franchise. And while a lot of the guns have been very welcomed additions to the Halo franchise, some of them just aren't that good. So today we wanted to take a look at the worst guns of all time from Halo. This is probably going to be one of those topics that's very divisive amongst the community. Just remember, this is my and Luke's opinion, and y'all are entitled to your own opinion. Your own opinion is probably wrong, but nonetheless, it's an opinionated video. Let's just have a good time and talk about some Halo guns. But first, have you ever wondered what would happen if the Master Chief and Cortana had a son named Cortano117, and he needed to expand his own personal brand by selling eggs?
Oh.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Master Chief and Cortana had a son named Wrong, but nonetheless, it's an opinionated video. Let's just have a good time and talk about some Halo guns. But first, have you ever wondered what would happen if the Master Chief and Cortana had a son named Cortano117, and he needed to expand his own personal brand by selling edgy merchandise that represented his feelings? How would he be able to make a platform that could easily showcase all that he has to offer? Well, we're pretty sure he would use Squarespace. Actually,
Ooh, I'm about to try to screw that on.
It really helps to use Squarespace because it can make your website really feel like your own and serve as a great platform to build and run your business. More about that at the end of the video. Okay, let's just start by pulling the Band-Aid off right away. This one hurts me already to talk about, but let's look at Halo 3 just a little bit. Now, Halo 3 has really grown to become one of my favorite Halo games. It has such a fun campaign, a great sandbox. There's really a lot to love about this game, but some of the guns are probably not as good as iterations of guns that there have been in the Halo franchise prior to Halo 3's release. Like, one of the first ones that came to mind when planning out this video was the Halo 3 shotgun. So the Halo 3 shotgun still works. It plays better than other games' shotguns out there. But when you look at Halo 3 and where it was when this game released, when you look at the iterations of the shotgun before, the Halo 2 shotgun that just had so much ammo, and the dominant Halo 1 shotgun, the Halo 3 shotgun definitely felt like a downgrade in one way or another. Not saying that this gun wasn't something that was a beast in multiplayer when you could grab it and fight against other people with it, but I also don't see anyone saying that the Halo 3 shotgun is the best definitive shotgun in all of Halo. A similar thing could be said about the Halo 3 Magnum. Sure, it was a slight return to form to something a little more similar to what we had in Halo 1, that godly pistol that everyone just loved to use. However, very clearly, the Halo 3 Magnum is not the Halo 1 pistol. Now, I do have to say, when we were recording footage for this video and we played around with the Halo 3 Magnum a bit, we did have fun. You definitely can kill people with it, and you can use it to a good extent if
you somewhat know what you're doing. But in the grand scheme of Halo pistols and sidearms, this one ranks pretty low. But then you can play Halo 2, and that's a different story altogether. I don't know, the Halo 2 Magnum, I really liked it. Theoretically, I liked how fast you can shoot it. I liked it had a bigger magazine size. However, with the Halo 2 pistol, and I swear people are going to get mad at me because I'm using Magnum and pistol interchangeably here. I know there's some sort of definition. This gun is just really not that usable in multiplayer at all. And we tested this in both Halo 2A and Halo 2, and this gun, honestly, you have to pretty much more or less land every single one of your shots in the clip if you're going to be able to kill someone. And there's a lot of bullets in each clip, and it just honestly becomes one of those guns that you just hope to avoid, or maybe you can dual wield if you can up your firepower a little bit. But I don't see anyone being like, yes, I got the Halo 2 pistol up in here. Now, fortunately enough, we did get a little refinement inspired by the faster fire rate from the Halo 2 pistol and Halo 3 ODST, which is one of my favorite pistols. But yeah, if you're relying on the Halo 2 pistol for any means, you're probably going to be disappointed. Speaking of Halo 2 disappointment, the Needler was such a big step back when Halo 2 came out. Now, in Halo 2 Anniversary was the first one we kind of tested when we were going through the guns for this video. And Halo 2 Anniversary, yeah, it's pretty bad. But then when you pivot and you play Halo 2, it's even more apparent how bad it really was back in the day. This gun just honestly sprays too widely, and it doesn't give you the super combined explosion nearly as quickly as in other Halo games. I remember the Needler 1 being so much fun to use in Halo CE, but in Halo 2, even if you're dual wielding the gun, you really can't be as effective as any other Halo game. And it really makes sense why maybe when Halo 3 rolled around, they overdid it and made the Needler in Halo 3 so powerful. And it's probably because the Halo 2 Needler left a lot to be desired for. Speaking of Halo 1 guns that were superior than later versions of it, the Halo CE Flamethrower. Now, this gun was so much fun to use, especially because it was exclusive to the PC back in the day, and it's really cool that it's in MCC nowadays, so you can mess around with it. But while it doesn't have a lot of ammo, it's definitely just kind of one of those guns that's fun to goof around with and just burn things around. And you can finally see a much awaited around, but it's really, really not all that good.
You got my shiny toe.
Useful in multiplayer, you can kill people with it, but by switching it to treat the gun more like a turret rather than an actual weapon, where you have to be in third person and you walk so much slower, just becomes one of those weapons that is no one's go-to. And it wasn't this fun gun to use as more of a strategic gun to use, or maybe a more niche gun to use.
It got my shiny toe.
Specific to the moment rather than something you're just like, hey, look, a flamethrower, let's try this out. Okay, we haven't talked about Halo Reach too much in this video, and while Halo Reach has some criticisms that are fair from the Halo community across the board, people who didn't like the level design, people who didn't like the camera, there's people who just didn't like the art style of Halo Reach. For the most part, we were pretty satisfied with how most of the guns in Halo Reach played. It didn't feel like anything was drastically bad or unusable, and it kind of feels like Halo Reach had one of the most refined weapon pools. Whether you have issues with the balancing or the game mechanics like Bloom, that's one fair point, but for the most part, the way the guns are balanced amongst each other, it is really interesting to see nonetheless. Now, of course, there is the focus rifle, and honestly, theoretically, I just didn't like the focus rifle already, just because I feel like every time I picked up the focus rifle in any game type, it was pretty unlikely I was actually going to be able to do some work with that gun. By the time your single shot expires, it's unlikely you probably killed someone unless you just made it focus on the head the whole time. And the fact that this was the gun that replaced the beam rifle from Halo 2 and Halo 3, and also the Sentinel gun, I think people can at least agree that this gun was a downgrade from what we had in the past. Now, in the campaign, it was really cool being shot at by those, like it's kind of this startling moment, but outside of that, it really isn't that useful of a gun. Now, there's also a couple other Halo Reach guns that we had some gripes with that we were unsure if they really were considered the worst guns of all time, so we're just going to do a quick mention of them here. But the Plasma Repeater, not really a fan of how the overcharging thing works. I always feel like I'm out of ammo, and then when I do recharge it, it's just, I'm not good with this gun. And we've seen a lot of criticism in the Halo community about the concussion rifle, though I'm actually a fan of this gun. I feel like it's not too overpowered, and it's like a more balanced version of the fuel rod gun, though you can kind of do some fun things and custom moves with it as well. So not really that bad of a gun. Luke did want me to include the Halo Reach assault rifle. He really doesn't like this gun, and I think that's fair. I mean, it's the standard starting weapon in a lot of game modes, and typically your rush is to get rid of the assault rifle and try to pick up literally anything else. So that's a fair assessment. I don't think anyone saying the Halo Reach assault rifle is the best and definitive version of the assault rifle across any Halo game. Similarly, this one upsets me the most, but the grab hammer in Halo 4 is literally my least favorite variation of the gravity hammer of all time. Now, more or less, it does feel a lot like the Halo Reach gravity hammer, but it's just the sound that it makes. It just doesn't feel like a gravity hammer. I don't know, it feels like some battery pack Duracell charged gravity hammer or something. I'm just really not a fan of the Halo 4 gravity hammer. Also, the Halo 4 suppressor, I think so many people who have played through Halo 4's campaign can probably relate to this, but if you want a gun that literally is just not going to help you in any way, but it's just the gun you end up being stuck with because you can't find ammo anywhere else, you're probably dealing with a suppressor. And while in theory this gun should work better, it really just doesn't do much in Halo 4 in either the campaign or the multiplayer. They did fix it up a little bit in Halo 5, which was reassuring, and we were happy that the gun became somewhat viable again. However, Halo 4's suppressor is just literally the worst thing. Now, this one we were actually not even going to include in this video, but as I was falling asleep last night after getting footage, I thought to myself, you know what, we need to put this one in the video after all. So it's going to be in this video. But the Halo 4 Bolt Shot. Now, you can use the Halo 4 Bolt Shot, and you can actually get some good work done with it. But that gun has to be something that you know how to use. And it's one of those things where it's only if you know how to use it right, it's fun to use. And it has to also be fitting to the setting that you're in. I don't think there's too many situations where I'm playing Halo 4 and I'm like, yes, I want to use the Bolt Shot right now. Usually it comes down to I'm playing Halo 4 and I have maybe like paperclip and a string in my pocket and a bolt shot, and I'm thinking, well, maybe if the paperclip breaks, then I'll resort to using the bolt shot. It's just one of those guns that it's not fun to use. It's not one of those guns where you have a strategy as soon as you pick up the gun, like the plasma pistol would. This is just something that you have to use, and it makes it not as fun as a gun overall. Also, while we're kind of talking about Halo 4, the Storm Rifle was another gun that honestly I'm not too much of a fan of. Now, in Halo 4's meta and in Halo 4's just general gunplay, the Storm Rifle works, and you could use the gun as well. My main gripe is probably something a little petty, but it's the fact that when 343 introduced the Storm Rifle, they removed a gun that had been in every single Halo game prior. And as someone like me, who is the nostalgic, sentimental type of Halo fan, the full-on removal of the plasma rifle to introduce the Storm Rifle was something I was actually disappointed in. Enter in Halo Reach Front.
Chat, I'm back.
He was trying to de-emphasize the plasma rifle, and that's why they put the plasma repeater in the first place. However, they kept the plasma rifle in certain sections of the campaign, and you could get it at least in the sandbox of Halo Reach in Forge and custom games, and occasionally it would pop up in matchmaking. It definitely wasn't in the forefront like in previous games. It was still in there. It was just more the fact that they just replaced a gun that had been in every Halo game prior. It'd be like a Halo game without the plasma pistol. Or at least that's how it felt to someone like me. It probably didn't even phase anyone else, but I just wanted to list my vote. And finally, this one's not really even a bad gun per se, or the worst gun, but I just wanted to include it in this video so we can talk about how Now, this gun is, I think, only in the PC version. It was in the campaign, but you couldn't ever pick it up. But yeah, there's a fuel rod cannon in Halo CE, something I just discovered